Hey guys, I'm Michael Cheek with Mike'sGuitarLessons.com, and we're going to learn When You Say Nothing at All today by Keith Whitley. Now, Alison Krauss has most famously redone this song, and some other people too, but the good thing is they did it in the same key. The bad news is the key that they did it in is kind of hard to play on guitar if you don't retune your guitar. So the way I'm going to actually show you how to play this is actually let's see, a half step down, which would bring the chord progression to a D, A, G, A chord progression for the verse and for the intro. So just for reference, when the song is playing, if you're playing those chords and they sound a little high, that's because they tune down for the song. Now, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said before, this is the first chord. We're going to start with the intro here. The first chord is going to be a D chord, okay? And I'll run through the chords very quickly for you and just show you quickly how to do them. If you're not familiar, the D chord is formed this way. Middle finger on the second fret of the E string, third finger on the third fret of the B string, and your first finger's on the second fret of the G string, okay? And you're going to play the D string open. Now you can play the A string on the D chord, but if you don't like the way it sounds, you can mute that too. But at least those four strings, and there's your D chord. Now your A is played like this, basically second fret on the B, G, and D strings, and this is kind of a more uncommon way that you'll see people play it, but this is the better way. Put your third finger on the second fret of the B string, your middle finger on the second fret of the D string, and in between those on the G string, put your first finger. There's the A chord. The other chord we're going to need to know for this song is the G chord. A pretty commonly used chord, so you might already know it. But it's third fret on the thick E string, second fret on the A string, and then open on the D, G, and B strings, and then third fret on the skinny E string. Okay? Now, how you exactly play these chords is kind of up to you, but what I like to do at the beginning of the song and during the verses is use a finger picking technique. Like that. So that's how I'm going to show it here. Later on in the chorus, I start strumming. Alright? So you're going to hold down, this again is for the intro, you're going to hold down the D chord and grab the four skinniest strings, the four bottom strings. Okay? The first note is going to be your thumb on the D string, and then your first finger is going to pluck the G string. Okay, next your third and middle finger are going to pluck the B and the E string. Okay, so, and then your first finger is going to pluck the G string again. You're basically going to do that for every chord. So after you've done the D chord, now you're going to go to the A chord and do the same thing. Now to the G chord. And for this one I would suggest changing your bass note to this thickest string here and leaving your other fingers where they're at. Okay, so and then back to the A chord. Okay, so you can change your bass notes depending on what you like it to sound like. In general, you want that, if you're playing a G chord, you want to play a G note. If you're playing an A chord, you want to play that open A string. And for the D chord, you're going to play an open D string. Okay, now that's the intro. Basically, 2 times you're going to play that chord progression. D, A, G, A, and then play it again. Alright, now, the intro is played at the beginning of the song, and after every chorus. You throw it in there, okay? So that's why I'm labeling that the intro. It's its own thing, and it's not like the verse, because the verse has some chords added to the end of it that makes it change it up from being the intro. So, anyways, watch the next video if you want to check out how to play the verse and the chorus, and I'll take care of the whole song. If you're interested in more lessons, my website is www.mikesguitarlessons.com, and also you can follow me on Twitter at Mike's Guitar, and I've got a Facebook group called Mike's Guitar Lessons, and you're welcome to join. It's open to join to anybody who wants, and there are some lessons there that aren't on YouTube, so you might want to check that out. Anyways, thanks for watching.